Hey everyone, how you doing today? Thought I'd take another look at the workshop and see what was out there, and a lot of very cool creations again to check out this week. So I'm showing everything in Reforge Eden 2, and I believe most of the creations are for that. There's one I'm unsure about at the moment, but we'll work through that when we get to it. So the very first creation here today is the RE2 Cormorant XL by ProcyonLotor, and looks like a very cool ship. Kind of, I would say, either a starter or utilities type of ship. Just taking a look at its general design. Now, I have seen ships sort of laid out like this before. It's a pretty cool design. It's kind of an alternative to like another different starter variant that you see a lot of as well. But this one's kind of like a rear or a bridge up above and in back. Let's take a look at the block work on this. Does look very cool. I like what the author did here with the having some of the parts of the thrusters kind of exposed into the hull or block work built up around that to make it look really cool. Like the inside of the thruster here on the reverse thrusters. Looks like on the front, obviously we got a big old hangar bay right at the front of this build here. We'll check that out in a sec here. Got some glass over here. I'm not sure if we can see through that or not yet, but it does look very cool. I like how even if you can't, the framework that glass creates is really cool as a detail item there. And over here, oh wow, look at that. We got a turbine built right into the side here too, which also looks cool being exposed like that. And of course, when you expose like really detailed parts like this, often you don't have to use as many blocks either, and it looks better. So it might not be as tough, but it definitely looks good. So we got a strafing thrust over here, a couple cool looking antennas sticking out of the side there. Let's get around to the back here. That's a really wild design for a thruster housing. Oh, I like that. Yeah, look at that. It's like that's just a shape you don't see too often at all. That is really wild looking. It looks really good too. It's like it's got three sides, and they're doing some crazy angling around there, but it's all kind of in a formation. And then I love the accents up top over here too with the thin block, and you see the vents right in there. Little details like that can go a long ways, definitely. Well, yeah, that is a wild looking thruster design there, I gotta say, or thruster housing design. Yeah, very unique. Very unique. So it's obviously running big old drive thrusters back here too. So maybe this is not a starter. I'm starting to see some of the parts on here and thinking you probably want to see those on a starter creation. Or maybe. I don't know. Well, I guess we'll look at the numbers here when this all gets looked at here. That's yeah, cool way to do the turbines on the side there too. So it shouldn't take up a lot of like interior space because they're kind of pushed off to the side. And a very cool looking bridge section up over here too. It looks like there's a lot of detail on the inside there with the LCDs. Oh, I like that little mapping grid LCD there. Oh, we got a repair bay here too. Okay, so it looks kind of like it's more of a utility CV, but it looks like it's going to be fairly thrusty as well. We got a multi-turret up front here for some salvaging or mining. And then a repair bay, obviously, to fix... this is the kind of repair bay that can fix HVs and SVs. So it won't fix CVs, but it will fix HVs and SVs. And then some texture lights here and there, too, but it's not, like, thick with them. It's certain places have texture lights, which is kind of a cool accent there. Same thing going on with the, like, that red stripe by the thrusters there. Very cool getting little accents like that in there. We even got a number here up on the top of the bridge. So we got quick access down into the bridge right there too. All right, so I think on this build here, definitely looks like I'm going to walk in the front end here. So here, let me get out of God mode and adjust the lighting. And let's go somewhere. Let's try that. See how that works out. Looks like we got plenty of lights on the interior here. Oh! It did it to me. Okay, there we are. Me and ramps. I don't know what it is with me and ramps, but I have a way of making them screw up. So yeah, coming into the hangar here. Oh, that looks cool. I like the LCD up over there. Aragium. I'm probably saying that wrong. Engineering. Very, very cool. So it looks like, yeah, this would be our production area here coming right into the hangar as well. So we've got a couple small constructors. I like that display for them. The pipes going down into it, kind of all cut out into the wall with the texture lights. Very cool way to display some small constructors. And we got advanced constructor on this side. It looks like a deconstructor on the other side here. Got O2 right in the middle. Yeah, nice looking hangar though. I do like the general color scheme. It's gray, kind of black with some. It looks like there's some blue accents in here, but that could be a lot to do with the lighting. Hold on. Yeah, I think it is. I think it's just more or less dark grays, but it has some kind of a cooler lighting. Cool meaning like more of a blue tint, so it looks like a colder lighting appearance, which is really cool. Really works well for spaceships, especially. And over here we got a big old universal constructor. So, and yeah, a nice parking area here for HVs, SVs, or small CVs. So anything you want to put there. Oh, I got up I must be pretty level. I got up the 45-degree staircases there. But, you know, yeah, that looks nice. I like the framework going around the hangar again, too, with the texture lights built into the ceiling. All that detail stuff going on there. And then we got our repair console right here for the repair bay that's up on the top. And it looks like some storage controllers. And actually quite a lot of room in here, too. It still kind of looks like it's part of the workshop, sort of, or, well, production area. Yeah, that looks neat. That looks neat. Oh, that's cool. We got some CPU blocks up in the ceiling, but they have those smaller, like yellow oranges texture lights on them, which that just looks nice and detailed too. Look at all the detail up on the ceiling here. Couple. Oh, okay. So access to the CPU blocks through the doors here. Got our main core there. Then we got our armor repair and armor locker and weapon locker back over here. I think, yeah, I don't think there's any elevators or anything yet, but there's obviously an elevator back here. So, yeah, very cool. So this whole lower deck is like, yeah, a lot of a big hangar, very detailed too, with your production area. So let's see, going in the back of the ship, got our warp drive right here, and taxi tank. Just kind of looking up above here to see if we see any more visible parts from on foot here. I don't think so, but yeah, we got our warp drive there. We'll see what kind of warp drive that is in a little bit. It's hard to tell from this angle. You can tell looking at the sides of the warp drive if they're visible, but we will find out if it's a 30 or 60 light year warp drive. So up over here, a couple utility function parts as well. Another armor locker, O2, and the elevator goes up. Imagine that. To a deck over here. Okay, so this is going right up to the bridge. We'll go there in a second. I want to check out. Oh, okay, and this is already up on the landing area / repair bay or repair zone. Okay, no, very much to the point here. So going off the back of the elevator, looks like we got a nice crew section. We got a shower, kind of a kitchen, place to eat, place to chill over there on the couch. All kinds of like furniture and things like that in the area. Got beds over on this side. We got our jukebox there for easy listening. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not sure. I always, for some reason, I don't know why I look at that and think it's a jukebox. It doesn't really look like a jukebox, but yeah, you know, space age jukebox. Well, we'll just go with that. It sounds good. So then we're up to the bridge here. So the bridge looks like we have all our medical equipment in here. So med bay, specialized equipment over there. Oh, wow, we got a fridge, food processor. We got the kitchen sink right there. Oh, I really dig this LCD though. It's just that grid setup on there. Oh, you can see the keyboard down in here too. Yeah, kind of like a mapping, charting, mission planning LCD. Some stats over here. Looks very cool. And then right up into the bridge area here. So yeah, right to the point. I mean, it's not, yeah, it's not wasting any room. Plus, we already noticed too that it at least has a couple of the plasma turbines for residual power, basically. Very cool. And then, of course, our quick way in and out of the bridge from the top of the ship here. Probably works better with not being in gravity and with the jetpack on. But yeah, very, very cool interior. Right to the point. Roomy. A lot of room in there where you could add more production equipment or other parts that you might desire to have in your playthrough. So yeah, nice looking ship. Nice looking ship. And again, that's a wild looking design for the thruster housings, and it looks really, really cool at that too. So very, very unique with that. All right. Well, anyway, let's look at some numbers here. Besides 375, we know it's 375, but let's continue on. All right. Unlock level 25. Size class 2. 66 forward, 23 strafing, 92 lift, 46 reverse, and 20 down. So a lot of lift thrusters on here too. So I think it would be able to support a good amount of cargo weight and things like that. 8 fuel tanks, 4 oxygen tanks. We do have 2 light Gatling turrets, 1 retractable multi-turret. That's what we've seen up on the front there. And we do have long-range radar stock. 6 hour and 35 minute build time. It's using some heat exchangers. Plasma converters. Yeah, we'll see what kind of thrusters this has on it too. I'm not exactly sure if they're what type they are. So CPU-wise, it is set to 620,000 CPU using 505,000 CPU of that. That is going to... I think I can sort this one safely. There's some builds that are... Well, I don't know. This is kind of... Oh, I'm going to ruin it. Gosh darn it. Oh. Ah! I just wanted to look at the core thing. Okay, it's a core 7. It's right there. I don't have to resort it and ruin the setup over here. So 2 basic, 2 improved, 2 advanced, and your main CPU core. So core 7 build. And again, keep in mind, it does have quite a lot of extra CPU right off the gates. Does have a shielded board. Stock shield strength, 28,245. So we do have some power management options and things like that. Food processor, constructors, deconstructors, even like your probably your minigun turrets, probably your long-range radar right over there for scanner, repair bay, food processor. Yeah, so nicely set up for that as well. Let's take a look at the storage on here. So quite a lot of storage. So we got 2 big 640 bays here, A and B, and then we got 2 C and D, which are both 320s. And then beyond that, we have a number of sort boxes, I do believe. Yeah, ammo box there. And we do have a dedicated ammo controller also at 320K and a dedicated harvest controller at 320K. So yeah, a good amount of storage. I mean, if you add all that up, you got basically, see, that'd be like 4 640s total if you add everything together. So yeah, very, very nice ship to be using here. Here, I wanted to check a couple things. So let's get back in Device Manager. And keep in mind, it does have those turbines on board too. But I wanted to see if it had any more. I might... Well, okay, so we do have an advanced warp drive stock too. So we do have the 60 light year warp drive. I'm just trying to figure out a couple things. I wanted to see what kind of what it was using for generators. So I am going to sort this. Sorry, I just wanted to see where those guys are here. Where are the generators? No, gravity generator there. Okay, so yeah, the 2 turbines. Advanced plasma, so that would be your medium tier ones, I do believe, and then 2 advanced large generators. I was trying to figure out where some of the heat shielding was going to, unless some of these parts take those. I don't think they did though, so that's just one little mystery right now. I don't know if I'm gonna got a direct solution for that. It could be, you know, it very well could be these plasma turbines that require the heat shielding, maybe. But I don't see really anything else that would necessarily require that. One last little inspection here on the types of thrusters used. So we got ion there. These are probably ion. Kind of looks like they are all ion thrusters, which would make sense. It's nice to start there. If the ship moves decent enough with ion thrusters, you know, when you upgrade them to the plasma or antimatter thrusters, that you got a lot of upgrade, you know, a lot of speed. You can make, or you can make the ship a whole lot faster, basically, after the fact, with just upgrading the thrusters and giving it maybe a little bit more CPU or generators potentially too. But yeah, very, very cool build. So again, this is the RE2 Comarant XL by ProcyonLotor. Very, very cool build. Alright, let's power you off and on to the next build here. So this is the passage ship Kato by Armsua. Very, very cool looking. It's a really interesting design ship. Hold on. I'm just checking something on my my list over here. For some reason, it looks familiar to me, but I don't think it is. Well, I don't know. That's a cool looking ship layout here, but for some reason, I thought I looked at this one already. I'm just going back in my list here to see if I had this in a recent. No, it doesn't appear that I did. Interesting. Okay. No, this is a brand new build. It almost looks like it's something like out of Star Citizen or something, like some alternative type of ship here. I love these big, like, I don't know, fuel canisters or big tanks down over here. And the way the ship is kind of skinnier on the bottom side here, and then it gets much wider and whatnot on the top. That kind of wedge front end angle to it. Cool color scheme as well. Kind of a dullish mid yellow with your grays and dark grays in the mix there. Big old landing pad on the back. A lot of block detail, color accents, and other things going on. Looks like we're going to have some upgrade slots for some more thrusters. It does look like. And we got a mechanism here that opens up to the, oh wow, that's bright in there. So we got a hangar bay back over there. Really cool door mechanism to get into there. Sentry guns for some drone defense and whatnot on the sides. I do like the stance of how this sits on the ground here too. That just looks pretty cool. It looks like it would support the ship quite well. Kind of a lot of landing gear here, nice and sturdy. Yeah, the texture light kind of engraved into the back is really cool too. The whole back end design is really neat looking. Kind of angling up like that. But again, yeah, this going into these tanks over here with the bigger round blocks. That looks really cool. Nice accent there because it's like most of it is pretty rigid, you know, with your straight angles and things like that. Then you got that other this round area here. And other little accents like over there and back over here to kind of like break up that straight angle pattern and then kind of add a little bit more depth into the build there. So that is cool. So on the top side here, it does look like we have quite a lot of open turret mount positions here. I think that's what all these mount points are. Well, yeah, there's quite a few of them, and obviously they would be turret positions. I do believe they're all spaced out, so you can get like a double turret here and another turret there, and I think we've seen some on the bottom side as well. Speaking of the bottom side, let's take a look a little bit better here. Yeah, a couple turret positions down over here as well. So it definitely made to put a lot of turrets on here. Another one there. So I'm trying to determine what its base function is on the ship yet. Now, starter, very, very well possible. Starter transforming into a probably a light combat ship. Very, very possible on this one. We do have a detector right up front there too. But I'm just looking at all these turret positions, which makes it look like you could, I don't know, like 10, 14 or so turret mount points on here. So you could kind of gear this up to do some do some damage. I just want to take a double check to see any like launcher positions on here too. I don't necessarily see any of those though. It looks like it's mostly about the turrets, unless I'm missing something here. Yeah, very, very cool. All right. Let me get a board here. I think I'm going to come in through the hangar on this one. It's kind of a... Yeah, I'm going to pop in there first and we'll adjust the lights here. Actually, it looked really good in daytime here too. The bright whites and stuff like that. And it looks like you want from the outside going to the inside. It almost looks like kind of your kind of space agency kind of look in here. So yeah, hangar is really cool. I like the again the color accents on the outside there. Looking at that part up on the ceiling there, it kind of looks like a light fixture, but it's not a light fixture. It must be one of those deco parts. Here, hold on. I think I just gotta understand. Wide floor spotlight. Okay, that looks really cool. Huh. So they are lights. Okay. So I don't know. Maybe I didn't see that one before. Maybe it was there and I just didn't realize it. That looks really cool though. I dig that. I dig that light. It kind of looks like a floodlight kind of thing. Pretty appropriate here. So yeah, also in the hangar we've got medical equipment here. So it looks like all the specialized stuff and a couple storage controllers in the back. Cool looking staircase going into this neat angled block section through a blast door here. And it looks like we can go down from here. I'm going to stay on this deck right now. Now it looks like we're getting into our production area. So we got a looks like room for up to 3 advanced constructors going across here, or an advanced, maybe a universal constructor there. You know, if you did that too, you could fit in a couple of small constructors in there. But anyway, you got a decent amount of production area there. Over on this side room here, we've got a warp drive over there, our protection tank, main CPU core. Cool looking pipes. I like the caution decals on the inner door frame there. Oh, this is interesting too. So I'm already noticing that the layout on the interior here does appear to be pretty asymmetrical, which is really, really cool. Oh, so we got a nice crew section over here for our kitchen. And yeah, those new shelves, those look really good. Fridge over there as well. Food processor. Keep in mind, it's pretty dark outside too, so this ship is well lit on the inside. Oh, look at that. We got a bathroom over here. Right off to the side. I like how that's done too. Kind of like a commercial like setup here. Oh wow. Crew room. Got some hardwood floor in here. It's like 4 or 2 bunk beds. And we kind of are making our way to the bridge area here. Again, asymmetrically done, even with the doorway over there. Got a couple utility pieces there. O2 and med bay. Yeah. We got some fancy, I still love that curved desk there. That's really cool. And we're right up into the bridge section here. A couple passenger seats over there. I think you might be up to, or maybe not. I don't think I can sit in that seat, but yeah, legit passenger seats right there. And then a quick way in and out of the bridge area from this side of the ship here. A very nice option to have as well. I'm going to backtrack just a bit here a second, and let's... Okay, we were there. I'm going to go up, I think. And this gets us right out to the hangar area, or hangar, landing pad area here. So nice way into the ship from there. And I'm starting to wonder, did I miss something here? Maybe not. I just keep on thinking there's like maybe another deck below here, but oh yeah, hold on. There is. That's right. Yes, all kinds of ship down here. So okay, so heading back this way, we've got oh, we got another I didn't even notice this from the outside. We got a boarding ramp coming in right down over to the side here. Oh, that's cool. Again, got it asymmetrically placed. Very cool that the interior is set up that way. Makes it pretty unique. You don't have like a mirror image of right side, left side kind of thing. And this looks really cool. The use of this particular cargo box in there kind of does make it look like it's got cargo hold of some origin. Definitely fits well. And then we got another doorway going this way, going past our engineering area with a big old generator, advanced generator there, and looks like we got the big size plasma turbine for some residual power in there. Some storage boxes on the side there as well. And I think it stops there. Yeah, I think that would cover all the interior of the ship. I'm gonna God mode up here a minute and just see if I missed anything on the inside. I don't think so. Yeah, it's not a lot of room there. A lot of turret resistance in the mix. Yeah, very, very cool. Again, you know, seeing the ships with the plasma turbines on there too. Basically, it just means, hey, it's going to use less fuel than it would have without the plasma turbine. So, yeah, it's fuel economy. It's all about that. All right, so numbers. Unlock level 15, size class 3, 57 forward, 12 strafing, 57 lift, 24 reverse, 27 down. Got 9 fuel tanks, 4 oxygen tanks, a detector, and 4 sentry guns built into it. Obviously, a whole lot of turret positions on here for your 3x3 size turrets. It's not really requiring anything special here at all in its resources needed. So yeah, a little bit of that, but yeah, actually, yeah, nothing complex. Nothing you got to go to a store and buy or anything like that, or find in a special loot box or anything like that. So yeah, very cool. Stock shield on here, 7567. Taking a look at the device manager here. Let me quickly sort this a second. And I just want to see what kind of warp drive we're looking at. We do have a standard warp drive, so 30 light year warp drive. Just have gravity aboard. I think for let me look at the generator option. Oh, it's got quite a bit more than I thought it did for plasma turbines. We also have a 4-pack of basic plasma turbines in here, which are the 1x4 ones in physical size. And then we got a standard plasma turbine, which is the larger one we did see. And then our advanced generator beyond that. So yeah, actually quite a bit of extra residual power going on here. Make it even more fuel efficient. So yeah, very, very cool build here again. This is the, hold on, I got to scroll my list again. Gosh darn it. This is the Passage Ship Kato by Armsua. Very, very cool build. And yeah, it definitely looks like you could kind of turn this into a combat ship too. Hold on. Last thing before I move on, I just want to see if we did have any extra tough blocks on the front. But it does look like it's primary steel. So it'd be more of a shield dependent ship if you did decide to add a whole lot of turrets to it and do some shooting up. All right. Very, very cool build there. So let's go to the next build here. So now we are looking at the consular class by Barefoot and Hillbilly. And oh yes, Barefoot and Hillbilly's back at it here with another Star Wars ship here. This looks really cool. Oh, I just got to stare at the front here. That's so wild. I mean, yeah, most of the time, you know, in most ships that a lot of authors build, including myself, we always got these aerodynamic, wedgy looking front end designs, and you see that on a lot of builds. But this one's like, nah, screw that. I want to look like a semi truck in space. And it does. And it looks really, really cool. It's just, yeah, it's just neat looking. It's just like straight, like 90-degree front angle there. But it looks so Star Wars. It does. That the color on the front nose here, too, dividing up from, you know, the more gray right behind that. That is a really, really cool look. I love this radar dish on the side here. That's tricky. That's a weird block that I swear hardly ever gets touched on any build ever. And the author here decided to use that as a like a radar. It's actually, well, it's 4 blocks here, but as a radar dish, which is really wild. Really wild looking. Quite appropriate too, kind of asymmetrically set off to the side there. And what's really cool about this too is you got this like semi front end going on, but it's kind of integrated into this round part on the next part of the ship. But that doesn't last very long, because right after that goes into more of a wedge type part. That's just what makes it really neat, is it keeps on changing. Like, the whole ship was all square like this, it would probably look, yeah, you know. But even though this looks amazing how it is, but if it didn't have like all the other shapes in the build, it would, you know, not be the same thing, I guess you could say. But that's cool. That's just cool how all this is done. I like this particular cut in on the thin blocks here too, revealing that different gray texture on the inside there. And yeah, this is a cool looking block setup right over here, kind of with that Star Wars type design. The wedge with the crease in the middle of the 2 like armor wedges, and then it changes again. Like over here, we've got a doorway coming into the side here, and that's kind of more of a diamond shaped type of setup there, or an octagon. And then we got our round thrusters. Looks like a triple set. Little, yeah, that's cool. So we're not actually seeing the real thrusters here, but we are seeing what would look like thrusters. Kind of going with more of a kind of a yellow orangey color with the thrusters on this one, which looks very cool. All the little detail stuff on like the hull of the ship here, the pipes and the kind of random parts and pieces like that. Very Star Wars and sci-fi in general. Just getting that surface detail in on all these different areas. The couple very thin block, well, half block thin beams there. That's cool too. Yeah, the whole ship design here looks really, really cool. Now this is a SV too, so I mean it's pretty big. It's pretty big for an SV. Yeah, looks great though. Even look at all the just extra surface, kind of randomish design with a lot of this stuff. It looks so cool, because that's kind of what you would expect to see on, like, especially like Star Wars ships and things like that. Very fitting. Just little stuff gives it all that like layered surface detail on it. That's cool. That's cool. A neat looking Star Wars ship, and again, this whole front area, that looks so good. The red accents on here are really well done as well too. Having the front like that, then you got some different red accents in quite a lot of places across the ship, which just to add to the overall detail of it. All right, so let's get aboard here. I'm trying to find a worthwhile place to. I think I'm gonna come in this door. Kind of a weird spot to come in at, but let's see how it works out. Let me get there. I'm gonna adjust the lighting. Double door, ooh, with the LCD airlock open. Very detailed already. I like the, got a railing, kind of like an area that, oh, looks like there's a walkway that goes down that way too from here. Hold on. Gotta take that first here. Oh, wow, that goes to more ship down here. I guess, well, we'll just go this way. I'll go back the other way in a sec here. Wow, another door off to the side over there too. The interior on this, that's cool. You could have some fun with some the smaller blocks. You can do a lot of things you cannot do with the CV, like build furniture and stuff that actually looks really good. Like, that's cool. That interesting block there, glass surface on there. Got a passenger seat there, a couple fridges and a food processor. The Melo mat, coffee, red or blue. Yeah, that's Star Wars. They got some strange colored coffee, I guess. I'm sure I'm reading that wrong, but oh, I like the integrated cargo. Look at all the cargo boxes. Looks very authentic. They're all like different boxes and colors and everything like that. Kind of in the cargo holds off to the side there. We got a ramp coming into the ship right over here, and a oxygen station and an armor locker utility function coming up that ramp. More cargo on this side. Med station. Oh, that's cool. So you got a seat over here. We got another one of them fancy tables, and we got our trauma station right there. That's cool. Like, look at all the different textures and things going on with the walls and everything. That's very, very cool. You can definitely tell the author really took the time and just detailed all this stuff very nicely. Give it that Star Wars theme and look, and it feels right too. Like this is kind of another unique color in the build, but it feels right with Star Wars. It really does. And then over here, let me in. I don't think I need to get in there, but a whole bunch of storage controllers up in there. So I'm counting 5, I think, in that room there. It doesn't look like it goes anywhere else. So for whatever reason, it's been a real pain in the butt trying to let me through the door. Let me in. I'm even crouching here. I don't know what it is. I think it's these 45-degree blocks. I'm probably not perfectly parked flat on the ground, and therefore walking at 45-degree angles sometimes can be problematic. Alright, so this goes further back too. We've got some other side rooms here. So we've got a crew room over here. We got our integrated wall bed. See a few of those on spaceships, so it looks like it would work out great, not take up a lot of room. Passenger seat over there. Got another crew room over on this side. Another storage controller as well. Our own personal cargo box. I like this little window back over there too. Kind of like, that's neat. That's neat. Wow. So we got a little lighting change in here. It gets more to red lighting. Got our airlocks on either side. Double airlock door, which would make a lot of sense for an airlock. I mean, you'd have to have like a double door for it to actually be an airlock. Otherwise, it would be open the door and it's space. Look at these tables in here too. Look at that. Kind of like a fancier table design. We've got the 2x3. We got the 2x2 tables. That looks really, really cool. All the wood grain angled block work around here. All the stuff going on with the ceiling. It looks like, it almost looks like there should be a warp drive right there or something. Kind of curious about that. I think but that's not like a place you could actually walk to. It's just, that's just neat. Double layered, like, ceiling area to create that really cool looking effect. Oh, wow, there's more ship back here yet. Holy smokes. So we got, oh, that's so cool. There is a Wi-Fi unit in there, but it says Wi-Fi, and it's got the glass in front of it. That's cool. I don't think I've seen that done before. Yeah, our core right over there. That's neat too. I really dig that. Nice use of LCD. It actually tells you something, you know, kind of. I'm sure if you didn't have the glass there and were walking by, you could figure out what it was. But this is, you know, it doesn't leave anything to the imagination. And then we're back into the crazy engineering looking section back here, which is, wow, look at all that stuff going on. You got this whole generator rack over here. That looks like a big old machine on its own. The whole setup there. The pipes coming in here, the roundy walls. Pipes, steam, smoke, electricity. We got a warp drive right back there. And that's really cool too. I like the block work on the sidewall over here. Yeah, that's neat. It looks very spaceship-like, you know. It just it looks like a legit engineering room back over here. I got some parts back in there too. What is back in there? Oh, it's just these generators here, I think. Those don't look like regular generators. Hold on, I'm going to cheat a little bit. I want to fly in here. Oh, wow, look at all the room back. Oh, there is an access door here. Hold on. Don't need to god mode anywhere. Like the door frame. You see the texture lights and the pins, like the decals going around there. And this particular texture somehow randomly lines up neatly in the corners to make that shape there. That is really cool. But over here, it's just kind of like a big old open room to add a lot of stuff. So we got, looks like the ship's main thrusters for all our different directions actually are back over here. Again, the author, I mean, you can't have it looking like a Star Wars ship with strafing thrusters and all these thrusters in 6 directions. It would look not like a Star Wars ship. So the author kind of has to hide them to have this look right. Because Star Wars ships typically only have forward thrusters. Not sure how they turn, but we don't care. We don't care. So you could actually kind of turn with just forward only thrusters. If you got like a right and left one, you could give one of those thrusters more juice than the other one, and then you could kind of turn it, but it'd be a really slow turn. No strafing potential whatsoever. And I'm not sure how you would go up or down or things like that. But it's Star Wars. It's different tech. Totally different technology than standard rocket engines, except for the forward ones. All right, so there's more ship here, I think, yet. Oh, well, that's right. That was I got sidetracked here, and that was all down. That was all down. I didn't even go this way yet. Oh, okay. This is just up to the cockpit. Okay, so there wasn't. Wow, that's cool looking though. Well, I like the side seat over here too. You know, it's kind of cramped, but it feels right. You know, the cockpit of a vehicle or, well, spaceship. System map over here. Got the old keyboard down over there. Spotlights are off. That's neat. That is neat. So yeah, most of the ship, actually, the interior space seems to all be down here. Very interesting layout. And this door gets us out to the upper hall here. Wow. I mean, you can see how big this is. I mean, if this was a CB, it would be a pretty good size ship here. But it's a SV, and it's, you know, that's wild. All right. Now I'm still wondering if I missed anything. It does look like there's a pretty bulky area right in that general section of the ship that I don't recall making my way to. Maybe I did. Oh, yeah. Okay, so we did see that area there. Yeah, okay, that's what was in there. So we have seen that. All right. Just want to make sure I've seen all of it here. I think I did. All right, let's look at some numbers here. So, unlock level 25, size class 7, 29 forward, 21 strafing, 31 lift, 29 reverse, 25 down. We've got 16 fuel tanks, 20 oxygen tanks. Do have like basic drone defense on here, plus a couple homing missile launchers. Interesting. 8 hour and 33 minute build time. Again, using some antimatter converters in the build here. Again, those are no big deal. Well, this one's okay. This one's gonna take a little bit. Quantum processors, auxiliary cores, advanced cores. I think it's good. Yeah, this is kind of what I've seen with like pretty much any SV that's not like really toned down with its weapons or anything like that. Just seems to require just a gob amount of CPU cores to balance the CPU on it. I think way more than it should on an SV. I think it's kind of detractive for using SVs in game because they end up being so expensive with this kind of thing. CPU wise, set to 58,000, using 57,497 of that, and that's gonna again translate to a core 17. You got the advanced core in there. Again, yeah, but I don't know. You know, it just again, it's not the author's fault. I've seen this multiple times. It's just the parts seem to be so expensive for an SV. You can't do much with an SV unless you're going way past core 9. And it just doesn't feel right. It feels off to me. It's like almost like telling you, hey, if you want an SV, use it for a starter thing. But if you want to have a better SV for, you know, combat or other purposes, besides maybe a minor, or it's always so unbelievably expensive with CPU that it's almost like turns you right off. You know, it's like I don't want to I don't want to play the game for 20 hours so I can gather enough resources to build all those quantum cores and everything for an SV. It's just if I'm going to spend that grind on getting all that stuff, I'm going to probably do it for a CV instead. And it doesn't feel right to me. I've been kind of stressing the point. I hope it gets modified at some point in time, especially with SVs, probably HVs as well. But there needs to be like more CPU given to these in the Core 9 realm, so you can do things a little better than you can right now, because it's kind of a turnoff. It's not any author's fault or anything like that. That's like an extremely cool SV again, but man, it's just when you look at the core configuration, you're like all that's going to be required to be able to get in an SV, and it's not like it's like trying to run like all the biggest, most crazy guns on here or anything. It's not. It's just they're just insanely expensive with their CPU cores because I don't think they're getting near as much CPU as they really should have in the Core 9 realm at least. So anyway, again, very very cool build here, but we gotta look at the storage here too. So let's see here. Got quite a lot of storage going on in here. Sorry about my little rant on the CPU. Again, I'm just trying to push that a little bit because I find it personally, it's just my opinion, of course, kind of discouraging on SVs. You could do a lot of things with an SV, but if you try to do any of those neat things like good SV POI busting ship or something like that, they're just too expensive to be worthwhile in game. I mean, and it's not the author's fault. I mean, you got to build them to certain specifications to be able to be worthwhile to go against POIs, and when you do, you got a Core 17 chip. It's just like, which is a lot of grinding to get those parts. So that's where I'm coming from on it. All right, so we got an ammo controller at 2K. These are all regular storage boxes, I do believe, 219. We got quite a few other controllers here. It's like 5 of them, and they're all fluctuating in their size. Somewhere between like 1250 and 2281. I got a deconstructor in. That's a box. A deconstructor? Is there a deconstructor for an SV? Huh. Maybe there is now. I don't know. I didn't think there was, but yeah, that's a mystery now. I'm kind of curious. But a lot of storage on here. A lot of sort boxes. Some of them are controllers, and again, SV controllers are quite a bit different than that of CVs. Where like if you look at one that's 2281, that's actually, I mean, that would be like 220K if it was a CV or something like that. Maybe I got that off, but it would be a lot more if it was the same size in CVs and things like that. So yeah, very very cool build here. I feel like I'm missing something though. I feel like I'm missing something in the stats. Yeah, no, never mind. I was gonna check the warp drive and stuff like that, but oh yeah, radar. Did we have any? We had a detector on board, didn't we? Yeah, we have a detector. So yeah, very very cool build again. This is the consular class by Barefoot and Hillbilly. Very very cool Star Wars like replica ship. I don't know if it's a direct replica or if it's the author has built a lot of Star Wars ships. The author could probably just be hired by George Lucas himself and just start creating new Star Wars ships for the movies, because he knows the design language of Star Wars ships, at least converting all that into voxel form in Empyrion, and it's just really really cool to see. Again, this is one of the coolest looking front ends I've seen on a ship. Just unique. It wouldn't work if it was just the whole thing was a big rectangle, and it'd just be like a big rectangle, but these big shapes in here. fluctuating and changing and from the front to the back. That really, really makes the build there. Very, very cool. All right. So let me power you off and let's get on to the next build here. So this author, I noticed, had not one, but two different, maybe even more, but Star Trek ships up there. So this one here is the USS Kelvin, NCC 0514. Cool how that was done. You can see a lot of retractable turrets in there. But I always feel bad. I always feel bad because I did see the reboot Star Trek movie, and I kind of know the fate of what happened to this ship, and yeah, poor Kelvin, poor Kelvin. Aw, it's kind of heartbreaking. But yeah, I won't get it. If you didn't see the Star Trek reboot with Chris Pine as Captain Kirk, then yeah, I don't want to give it away. But yeah, poor Kelvin. Poor Kelvin. This looks really cool. The shaping on this is really well done. And the author, obviously, Star Trek ships are a real pain in the butt to do in Empyrion because Star Trek ships are very curvy. And in game here, with our limited angles that we can do, is extremely hard, well, impossible to recreate the kind of curves you would see on a Star Trek ship. You can play around a lot and come up as close as you can, and that's kind of what the author did here. Like, if you take a look at the blockwork structure around here, now obviously in reality this whole thing is supposed to be a nice smooth curve right up over to there, but you can't do that with the voxels. But I gotta say, the author did a really good job on getting those shapes through with any means necessary, basically trying to make stuff that you just can't create with the voxel blocks. And it actually looked really good the way the author did it. It kind of keeps it all kind of the same color and everything like that, so it blends in. You don't see like big shadow accents, at least with my current lighting and stuff like that. And the overall shape of the ship looks like it's really, really well done here. With the yeah, this ship had just an unusual configuration versus most Star Trek ships, due to it didn't have like a right and left like nacelle setup. It's a kind of an up and down setup on this one. So it's a unique ship, and it's not a fan of the Romulans. It's just not a fan of the Romulans. But yeah, that's cool. That is cool. Nice shape here. We got our deflector area over here, which is actually our reverse thrust. We've got some interesting doors like coming in various places here. And then our big long nacelle there with an actual visible drive thruster in the back over there. And then on the top one here, we got, looks like kind of a hangar bay. And of course, just for the heck of it, I'm going to, in the show, it actually literally did have a lot of retractable like guns and turrets like this too, which is pretty fitting. And holy smokes, I wanted to see how many guns there actually was here. There's actually kind of a lot of guns here, which would look really cool flying around in space. One of the ships I made before, too, also a Star Trek ship, had some arrangement like this of turrets on the front, and a lot of them were like some of the laser-looking turrets, and it did look neat flying around in space and stuff. It's shooting stuff. I did some of that with a ship, taking screenshots, and I thought it looked neat. So yeah, that is cool. That is cool. You got some blinky lights. Got to have some blinky lights on the Star Trek ships. It is mandatory. Well, maybe not, but you know, I'm just saying. All right. Well, anyway, cool looking hull. The shaping's really well done. Let's get aboard here and see what's going on. So it looks like, yeah, it's kind of a open hangar bay area here. Through here we got a repair bay right there. Don't see the console for that yet. You'd think it should be somewhere in the area over here, though. Yeah, I'm just missing that. So armor locker, O2, med bay, and armor repair. Got a ventilated elevator shaft here. trying to see if I'm missing any doors here. I don't think so. Okay, so it looks like it just goes down to this location here. You got kind of a hexagon hallway here. Okay, so that goes to the shuttle bay. That makes sense. Kind of a interesting way to put in a ventilator there. Looks like there's something down there too, like another deck right below here. Bridge and everything else. Okay, so the bridge. Let's go to the bridge, and then we'll go to everything else. Okay, so yeah, bridge. Straight to the point here. We're already at the bridge. That's cool. Einstein class. Yep. Very, very cool. Got our crew around. All right, so I guess we're going to be looking at everything else now. All right, let's go check out the mess hall here. So yeah, a lot of places to sit and chill and eat. Hexagon hallway design. That's cool. Cool shaping there. Got our sick bay. Got to have the sick bay. Got our specialized equipment and our we got the clone chamber in there too. The med bay O2. And again, this piece here does the function of this piece. It's more expensive, but it also heals you. So basically, the whole point is if you have this piece, you don't need this piece in the build. But if you want to have more parts in your ship, I mean, this is a very cheap part. It looks cool, and it still works. It still, after you are in a death loop and keep on having to respawn in your ship, it works fine. I'm just talking about my personal experiences in the game. I don't know if the author here has ever been in a death loop or not, but I think most Empyrion players probably have been. I think that's something we could probably all agree on. At some point in time, you've been in a death loop. Probably a lot of them. Over here, we got a crew room over here. Got TV, couch. And another one over here. So, okay, so we're at the front of that hallway there. Our sick bay. Let's go back this way. So I think we go right through the elevator out the other side. Got exterior access. So this is it is asymmetrically done up in here. It looks like. Okay, so that's a lower door. That's that door we're seeing on the bottom of the saucer area. Captain's quarters over here. Oh, the captain gets the fancy wood grain floor and the bookshelves and the glass shower and the fancy bed there. Very nice. Got quite the air conditioning going on in there. And we got our farm. So no, this is obviously set up for the Reforged Eden style larger grow plot that you put above there. So that'd be like 9 grow plots there. And then we got our crew quarters on the other side. Okay, this is the mass bunk bed areas. And we got our bathroom over here. And a whole lot more crew up in this area here. A lot of crew. Which makes sense. I mean, honestly, a Star Trek ship does have a lot of crew, so you gotta sleep somewhere. And let's see, let's go down here. Oh, so down in the lower part of the saucer, it looks like we've got some food processors, fridges, and our production area here. Are a couple advanced constructors. Big circular thing here. Auto maintenance system. I still keep looking at that. Yes, auto maintenance system, kind of like a self-repair on the ship. Got to see how that works someday. But I imagine it would work like a regular repair bay, only for the ship that it's on. I would think that's how it works. So, yeah, very, very cool. And then ground access. Hold on. Ground access. That would be... This is like a different hallway. I think there's an angled hallway above here that kind of looks like... Wow. Hold on. Oh, never mind. This Yeah, this is where I came in. This is where I came in at. We have, or no, no. Is it? I'm confused. Okay, this is the lower, like, nacelle piece over here. I was up in the upper one, so this is different. This is different down here, and it has its own set of utility function here as well. And then we've got a way in and out of the ship from the lower side here. So yeah, very, very cool build here. Nice shaping on the ship there. Looks really, really cool. And again, man, I really wish there was a way to do the kind of angles that you would find on a Star Trek ship inside like a voxel game like this. But you need quite a barrage of blocks or other block technologies, I think, to pull that off. All right, so let's look at some numbers here. Unlock level 25, size class 6, 79 forward, 65 strafing, 58 lift, 74 reverse, 56 down. You got 5 fuel tanks, 12 oxygen tanks, 11 sentry guns, 24 retractable medium laser turrets, and a long-range radar array. So it does actually have the big one in here. 20-hour and 13-minute build time. It is using quite a lot of quantum processors. Advanced core in here. This should be the one that I wasn't sure if this is vanilla or not. But actually, it looks like the CPU is set up for RE2 here. It's playing nice at least. So that's cool. Yeah, it's set to port 1.45 million, 1337. So we got that going on. Interesting how that came out. Let me check this out here. So we're sitting at a core 13 on this build. So it is using 4 quantums, an advanced core, and then our core 9 setup there. So if you use an advanced core, it doesn't have like a regular core, I've been noticing too. The advanced core kind of replaces your standard core. Just kind of looking through here, let's see what your warp drive is. It's like a standard 30 light year warp drive. We do have an ammo box. Well, yeah, let's look at the storage. Kelvin. They also played Sons of the Forest, and yeah, Kelvin. Poor Kelvin. I don't say poor Kelvin. In both scenarios, poor Kelvin. I don't know. It just, yeah. All right, so we got an ammo controller here at 320K. Our auto maintenance system. We'll check 4 other controllers in here. Fluctuating in their size quite a lot. This one here is 560K, 400K, and 200K. And so yeah, a lot of storage on board here. And their contaction tank. So yeah, very, very cool build here. And this is one of 2 Star Trek ships put out to the workshop by the same author. I only picked one of them. The other one's very cool looking as well. But this is, again, the Star Trek USS Kelvin for RE2 by Dom Santini. I don't think I said the author name when I first looked at this, did I? Dom Santini. I'm sorry about that. I got so into looking at the ship that I didn't even say who built it. So, yeah, Dom Santini. Very, very cool. Very cool build. All right, so moving on to the next build here. So this one here is the RE2 Thrasher C3 by Moobear. And this looks really nice. Very unique looking ship too, I gotta say. Kind of vertical setup going on here with a lot of framework going on. Really interesting color design on here, kind of bringing in some greens and grays and a lot of things actually. But yeah, the overall layout of the ship is just really unique here. It's kind of like, it's like there's a ship. If you look at the top half of this, it's like there's a ship, right? And this, if you cut the whole bottom part of this off and just looked at the top of it, it would look like it's a legit, fully done up ship. But then it has this whole landing platform setup going on below it, which is really unique. Yeah, that's cool. Hold on, I don't think my lights are on very good right now either. Let me get that fixed up a bit. Yeah, I like the angled blockwork here with the kind of indentions built into there. But yeah, this is so unique down over here with this this lower section here, kind of detached from the main hull of the ship above. I got a big old kind of a gun mount position here. Obviously, we got a decoy antenna there. But yeah, real launcher positions there, and obviously you could replace the antennas and add at least your like light tier launchers there. So I'm thinking it's kind of set up where you could do combat with it. I don't know if it was specifically designed for that yet, but hold on, let me just look. Okay, we're running steel and stuff, so I doubt it was specifically designed to do like combat-y stuff. It doesn't really, it's not really the right layout for a dedicated combat CV. So I'm thinking this would be more of a probably by looking at it. I don't know. I don't know if I would say it's a starter either, but it's just got kind of bigger thrusters on here. But maybe these aren't that big. They're not the drive thrusters. They're sights down from that. I love that green color difference there. It's got the stuff. Kind of again, it looks like kind of individual parts, kind of manufactured and assembled. It's neat the way that looks. Up on top here. Okay, I was wondering if that was like an access door right there, but that is not. Cool looking thruster housings there. Like the thin block work, kind of, yeah, kind of pretty crazy. You got like some pipes and things going on there. Those are down thrust. Different colors. Kind of an armor frame over that. And uniquely, I know it's a spaceship, but not that it really looks like necessarily a helicopter either, but it's sort of, nah, I don't know. I was thinking maybe it's got a bit of that like helicopter shape feel to it too. I guess it kind of does, but not really. It's just very creative. It's very creative what's going on here. Then again, if it did have a big old spinny helicopter like blade up there, it could kind of work. I don't know. I'm just thinking it's just such a unique design. I'm trying to classify it as into something, and it's almost like it's so unique that I can't really give it a classification of what overall look I think it is, like, or what it could be following in one way or the other. Anyway, let's get aboard here. I'm going to lower down the lights here. Yeah, so let's stay on this floor first. So 18 plot farm or living quarters, for example. Okay, so yeah, this whole section here kind of set up. Oh, it's got the grow lights installed. So yeah, you could yeah, those are up 1, 2 blocks. So yeah, I think you would just basically remove some blocks down here. You could add in the grow plots, or like the sign says up there, living quarters. Which actually works too, because you got all the fancy glass windows on the side and everything like that. So very cool. Kind of a location right above here too. That looks like it's kind of set for like a taxi tank or some other part there. So let's get up to, that's where I came in at. So let's go. Oh wow! So we got a walk door kind of above that area. This is again like a detached part of the ship. Mounted together with like some framing work. Storage controller right above there. Out the back, kind of the same thing. Kind of another way in and out of the ship for sure on either side there. All right, so let's go forward, and we'll go the other direction here. Definitely hearing a turbine in the area. Oh wow, look at that! Kind of like, oh, double pane glass, like a heavy glass, and then other glass on the front there. So kind of an extra layer of protection on the front. Got Wi-Fi and a detector right above. Food processor, a bunch of passenger seats. Armor locker. Nice fridge, not a food processor. The storage controller over here. Got our warp drive up in the ceiling there. O2 and a med bay. Got some, oh, I dig how those ramps fit with the glass on the side there. That looks nice. Yeah, that's cool. And then it kind of draws in that force field in there when the doors are open. So yeah, that's a lot of access ways in and out of the ship. And back over here we got kind of a, I wouldn't necessarily call it a production room, but it kind of. So we got a advanced constructor there. We got a shower, medical equipment, very uniquely laid out over here. And then again, I think we're looking at some turbines in here too. I'm not sure. Yeah, basic plasma turbines right there. So some residual power going on this build as well. Taxi tank up on the ceiling there. And a really wild glass on the side here. It's like it's kind of flowing with the shape of the body, which is really, really cool to see. That's cool. That's cool. The whole wall of glass there, the door in it. That's very neat looking. All right, so I think that covers this deck. So let's go up to here. So we got first-hand access there to the warp drive. And where are we now? We're at the core. Well played side. Yeah, yep, it's the core room. Yeah, so we're at the core room. No idea how that was ever figured out. Then right up to the top. So another way in on the top of the build here, and that would scare me. It actually did scare me. I came out, I looked backward, and I realized I was standing in front of a great big old minigun, like pointed right at me. I'm like, I hope that doesn't malfunction. All right. Well, anyway, yeah, but yeah, really, really cool build. I don't know. I keep on thinking that this could be a starter ship. You know, it's running some of the medium ion thruster sizes. Well, they're actually called large, but I call them mediums. I don't necessarily call things by their proper names. But all right. Anyway, let's take a look at some numbers here. So unlock level 15, size class 2, 74, 35 strafing, 70 lift, 70 reverse, 23 down, 8 fuel tanks, 2 oxygen tanks. Does have a detector, 2 light Gatling turrets, 2 hour and 50-minute build time. Not requiring anything special here. So again, looking at the unlock level versus what kind of resources you need to build. Yeah, it does fit in the realm of a starter CV. It really does. It kind of looks like it wouldn't, and the only reason I'm saying that is the use of the larger thrusters stock. But you know, they're honestly not bad. They may be forcing it to unlock level 15 instead of 12, which it could have had. But I'd rather just wait an extra 3 player levels and have the better thrusters myself. But that's just me. If it's a ship that comes with all that. Stock shield on here is 7133. Taking a look at device manager here, or device manager. Thinking about Windows here. So it is a Core 3 build. So 2 basics, main CPU core there. I didn't actually look at the CPU yet. Warp drive is standard warp drive, so 30 light year warp drive. And this, official CPU set to 270 using 263 of that. Let's take a look at your storage here. We got an ammo controller at 200K. Another controller here at 321K. Got to get that extra 1K in there. Probably a shape block. I still found that it's you can still run into some problems with shaped container extensions. I think they were a little bit more uniform, but still not quite perfect if you're using them for shape blocks. But yeah, very, very cool. Then we got our protection tank and the large fridge. So yeah, pretty much right to the point here. Very unique looking ship, I gotta say. It's cool. It's not terribly big. It's just kind of a unique setup on this build here. And obviously, you do have some launcher positions over here too. And actually, if I study this a little more, I bet you there's some regular old turret positions around here too. So you could, you know, have this engage in some combat, but I wouldn't say it's its primary goal in life is to blow up everything in space. But yeah, very, very cool looking build here. Again, this is the RE2 Thrasher C3 by Moobear. Very, very cool build. All right, so moving on to the next build here. This a littler CV. So this is the Cap Rival Starter V.05 by Melnix, I believe is the author name. So that's a new author I'm unfamiliar with. And this looks like it would be a starter CV. Just by the general layout, overall size, using the smaller thrusters. See some sentry guns in there. Cool looking kind of layout on the ship. Looks like it's going to be a single deck. It's kind of got that shark front end look to it, which is really cool. Kind of your inverted angled windows on the bottom side. I don't know. I just call it a shark. Again, I just make up words and call things different names because. But yeah, it always every time I see this kind of layout, I always think of a shark. Don't ask me why. It's just I do. Strange stuff. Got a couple spotlights there. Got all our thrusters here. Looks like we've got some more turbines going on in here. Hold on. Those are the small plasma turbine, basic plasma turbines. So more residual power on this build as well. Seen that on quite a few builds today. I definitely like the idea of that too. I mean, obviously, if your ship uses less fuel, you got to get less fuel. Means you don't have to spend as much time getting fuel. I mean, you know, and often too, if you just park somewhere and you got your thrusters off, a lot of times those turbines are enough to keep your constructors or some production going. So then you're not using any fuel, which is really, really cool. Also, if you go offline, you're playing on a server. When you come back online after you say you were a couple days away, your ship isn't completely out of fuel and your crops didn't all die. So there's a lot of nice reasons to have those plasma turbines in a build. So a nice big old landing pad on the top here too. So this looks very practical. I look at the ship and I'm thinking, yeah, this is a really practical like starter CV type. It's got a fairly good size landing area on the top. In other words, you can move around some other builds with you, which is I think a pretty important thing on what you know. At least in my play style, I like to have my starter able to move around other things. That's always been kind of a thing. So having a flat top like that gives you that room to park stuff on it, which is awfully nice, and it doesn't cost more. It just forces you to not have an exotic design on the top side of the ship, basically, which kind of sucks for the whole creativity aspect of it, but it is practical in game. So yeah, very, very cool. And we got all our 6-direction thrust right along the sides there, detector right on the back. But if you look at the area around here, it's also set up for a long-range radar, so you can remove that detector, put in the bigger radar disc there. Yeah, but it looks like it's kind of set up. Obviously, you can upgrade these thrusters to the plasma and ion version, or not ion, antimatter versions of them to get more thrust speed out of them. But it's not really designed on this build to like add in big thrusters to replace the smaller ones. But yeah, it just would have to be a bigger ship and more expensive. Kind of defeat the purpose of it to do all that. So all right, so I got to find a way on board here, and I am, believe it or not, failing at that so far. Hold on. There it is. I got a nice boarding ramp right on the bottom middle here. Let me adjust the lights. We'll get aboard here. Yeah, it definitely has that kind of cool look again. Again, light color in the bluest tint, kind of spacey feeling. Very, very cool. So quite a bit of room up in the bridge section here. A lot of visibility with the shark window design. I do like this setup on design. I think it's actually neat when you're flying around. having your glass curve that way rather than the other way, because usually when you're, at least when you're flying around on a planet, you're pretty much just looking at the ground. You're not looking up there. So this allows you to see the ground better, which is practical. Again, all bets are off in space, so it doesn't really matter. So over here, we just got kind of a big room, which is kind of like our production area and everything area, I think. So we got a small constructor in there, O2 med bay, our ammo box, all the weapon and armor locker and repair bay, or armor repair. Check warp drives right back over here. Yeah, I'm gonna get this is probably a bit dark, so I'm gonna jump the lighting up a little bit more here. Main core right above. We got a gravity generator right there, and obviously there's room in here, so you could probably park in some more stuff here and there. It might, yeah, depending on how you lay it out, but yeah, you could definitely get a little bit more room in there. But again, it looks like it's right to the point. Plus, this will probably get us upstairs. Hear those turbines again. It's one rule that I've been trying to learn too with turbines is due to the fact that they are quite noisy. I do not like them located where I would be as a player working, like in a production area. I think it would just get really annoying. You don't want to turn off the turbines, but they're so darn loud that just playing in the area would be kind of annoying. But no problem here. They don't have that much of a range, and when you're in this zone here, you're not hearing those turbines at all, which is perfect. So, yeah, not a thing. Just lesson learned on my own part. Don't put turbines next to your production room or farm or something like that, because it'll be annoying at some point. The sound will bother you. But yeah, very, very cool. Yeah, a lot of function in here too. We got our shower and our medical equipment, fridge, food processor, you know, of course, your advanced constructor, small constructor. So yeah, pretty much everything you need. It's not into growing crops and stuff, which is totally fine. In fact, you know, I'm not sure if I would, I don't know how I feel about that. I guess it depends what kind of ship you're doing and how you're playing the game, but I don't know how useful farm crops are on a build. Well, yeah, never mind. Shut up about that one. Yeah, very, very cool design here. Let's take a look at your numbers. Kind of curious on this one here. Oh, there we go. All right, so unlock level 15, size class 1, 59 forward, 21 strafing, 119 lift. Again, a lot of lift thrust on this one. 30 reverse, 59 down, 2 fuel tanks, 1 oxygen tank. You got 6 total sentry guns and a detector. Hour and 47-minute build time. Nothing special required. Yeah, definitely a starter. Definitely a starter. That's a low production time for a starter CV2. Again, it's a pretty straightforward CV. It's right to the point. Certainly not going to get lost in it. And well, that's good for someone like me. I would get lost in a lot of ships. But yeah, it's cool. Very cool there. CPU-wise, set to 200,000. Using 125,000. That's a core 1. So basically no extra CPU blocks in here at all. And extra CPU to boot, like about 75,000 extra CPU. It does have a shield on board too, 6,230 shield hit points. You have some P menu options for detector, gravity generators, and heavy lift. Oh wow, really? Hold on. Let's relook at the stats here. 19. Maybe that was already on. Sometimes when I spawn stuff, it doesn't like do all those P menu options quite right, so you toggle them at least once. But maybe I already had heavy lift on. Hold on, let's turn that off. Yeah, it must have been already on. So 119 with the heavy lift mode, which is really cool, which makes me believe that this is going to have a decent amount of storage in it. So we've got an ammo. Yeah. So you got an ammo box. Okay, so 14K ammo box. We got a harvest controller, 320K. Second harvest controller, another 320K. Taxed, and I guess that's it. Two harvest controllers plus our ammo box. So 640K storage. With that amount of lift, it could actually work quite well. It might even be able to handle some high gravity planets without modification. So yeah, very, very cool build here. Again, this is the Cap Rival Starter V0.5 by Malnix. If I said that author today, it's cool to see new authors too. I believe that is a new author, which is very, very cool. All right. So let me power you off and on to the next build here. So what do we got here? So this one is the Phantom Eradicator RE2 by Fuji. And it's actually it's kind of looking a little bit alienish to me here. Oh yeah, it's unique. Oh, that's some Xeno in there. Green Xeno. Green Xeno. I don't know there's such a thing as green Xeno. How does that look green? That's like a straight black texture. And it didn't matter what color you assigned to it. I guess it accepts green. That's very unusual. Or maybe it's just some weird light tinting I'm getting. But I've used this texture before. And I guess maybe I didn't try to color it because it didn't color very well. And I just left it at stock color. But yeah, it's actually got a green tint to it. That is really, really cool. So this kind of looks like a little bit like an insect on the front here. Kind of like some kind of beetle with pinchers or something like that. That's pretty wild. So you got a like triple pack of placeholders here, or antennas, which look actually cool. But you, if you see those, you could put in some light launchers in there too if you want to do some combat with it. You do have some side turrets on the over there. Yeah, just unusual looking colors and textures in there with the green. And I mean, again, you're seeing a lot of Xeno texture in here, or Xeno material. This again is a dedicated Xeno texture. So I'm kind of wondering, oh, that's this is actually like carpet texture. It's very, very unusual texturing. Yeah, it is. Yeah, if you look closely, yeah, it's all like more of a carpet texture on there. But yeah, you obviously don't see it. It just kind of gives it that like weird close level texture. But as soon as you zoom out a little bit, it's yeah, it kind of looks like you're pretty flat actually. So yeah, very unusual there. Oh, look at this back tail. Oh wow, that's unusual. A twin hanger, kind of with this archway, kind of the thruster design here. That's really creative, really creative on this one. Like the you got your reverse lights right here, you know, brake lights. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, it definitely kind of an alien thing going on here. Hold on, I'm gonna mess with the lights here a second. I just kind of want to see what this looks like in the dark. Yeah, it's kind of it kind of creates a separate image with texture lights, you know, like kind of unique styling on it, I guess. Yeah, on the front here too, and there's different colors. Got magenta, and you got some green, and even some white texture lights over in that area. Or and then on the back you got, yeah, I guess green and red. Yeah, just a lot of color going on in here. But the biggest unusual option that I'm seeing here right now is I really don't see much with like double rear hangers like that. That is usually just, I mean, you wouldn't think it would be all that uncommon, but it really kind of is. I don't think I've ever built a ship myself, even having that kind of thing going on. I don't think. I'm trying to go back and think now, but anyway, it causes the brain to hurt, all that thinking. The pain. All right, well, anyway, that's very cool. It really lights up this zone back over here too. There are some pretty serious spotlights going on here, so really quite well lit. Taking a look at some more subtle details here, it looks like we've got a thruster upgrade location right on the other side of the one there. And yeah, it's just a pretty unusual setup here, where some of these are real thrusters and a lot of these are not real thrusters. At least right now. Like, you could probably, looks like the whole area would be designed where you could put in the same size real thrusters there if you wanted to, but it's really just kind of playing games there, where this it makes it look like this is the thrusters, but this is really what's moving you forward, is over here on the bigger thrusters. Let me snake around to the front side one more time here. Take a look at the lower section here. Cool looking bridge area. Again, it's got kind of that, with the round stuff, it just kind of has that like a beetle, bug, insect kind of look going on here, which is yeah, really cool. Again, that's such a tripped out color. But yeah, all these green areas here are obvious turret mount positions, I think. Yes, yeah. So you'd have quite a lot of them up on the front area over there. I wouldn't doubt if there's some more on the bottom side here too. Check, we got a way aboard right there. It's really weird that I cannot. Oh, okay. So it's got like a purple bottom on it. Oh wait, the whole thing's that color. This thing is just messing with me. It's just yeah, that is actually kind of a purple tint. It almost looks more of a magenta. When I'm looking at it from the bottom side and I turn on my light, it really looks a lot more purple. So, I don't know. What a trip. What a trip. All right. So, yeah, let's I'm gonna go in right here, I think. Let me park myself here and let's adjust the lights. I don't know how dark it should go, or how dark it... I guess we're dark outside. It's just really bright out there with the uh-oh. I did that. Ah! Let me in. Okay, there we go. Okay, so we come up here. But it kind of looks like that was potentially asymmetrically placed where I came in at. So in here, a lot of production area stuff. We do have a I think that's an advanced constructor over there. Armor repair, armor locker, food processor, fridge. Got an ATM, O2, med station. Place for a universal constructor, deconstructor, advanced constructor. So yeah, quite a lot of you fill up the whole wall over here with all kinds of production equipment, which is really cool. So you'd have a pretty worthwhile production area there to get quite a bit done at once. So coming in the door here, we got our main core and Wi-Fi, a gravity generator. Kind of got its little like shelf there for it. That's cool. That is cool. So back over here, oh, this is a trip. That almost looks like a face up there, doesn't it? Yeah. Okay. This thing's gonna eat me. All right. So anyway, we've got a full medical bay right over here, kind of in a glassed-in area before that thing back there is. It's looking at me. I'm gonna go this way. No, I already been that way. Ah, gosh darn it, I gotta go this way. Okay. It's not what I thought it was. I don't know what it is, but I thought it was gonna... I don't know. What a trip. That's just so... I mean, you come in this way, and you see those extra little spots there. It looks like there's eyeballs and nose in the middle. It's all glowing and purple, and... It's, it's just so weird looking. So weird looking. But yeah, it's just... it's a warp drive with some block work and some glass work and a pentaxi tank on the front of it. And some pipes and stuff, and it's lit up. It's lit up. It's kind of a trip. Really is kind of a trip, especially from that angle back over there. All right, so over here, it looks like we've got a Xeno deck. Now this whole area, this is all Xeno material going on in here. So we got a repair bay, or a place for a repair bay, and this is one of those two hangars off the back of the ship here, and the other one would be on this side. So it's got kind of like a center console, I guess you could say here. And then we got yeah, our parking spots on either side over here, which is pretty cool. You got a lot of hangar space with the twin hangars. You can put it in a repair bay on either side you feel like. Too bad you can't put in more than one on a build. That'd be kind of cool, but... And then, yeah, this like blast off section that goes into that separate room there. And then, obviously, below... I got to come up with a name for that dude up there. We got a full-size shield location here. Right below that. Ah! I just want to get out of there. That thing's... I still don't trust it. I still don't trust it. It's looking at me. I feel it looking at me. Aha! You can't see me now. Ah! Okay. Alright. I'm having too much fun with that. Alright. So up top here, it looks like we've got another deck to the show. God, it can look to the... It's... Ah! Alright. So we got 18 grow plots up here. Recommended... Oh, that's cool. Nice option there. It tells you what to... like maybe your some of the better things you can build with the amount of grow plots that you got there, or well, build. I mean, grow, like certain like canned meat, canned vegetables, and things like that. So that's cool. That is nice information. Even like me, like I've played the game before, but I never really got much into farming or memorized recipes or anything like that. So it's very helpful to even me, unless you're like a hardcore farming person or really know your farming stuff. Having information like that in a build is very nice for a player not knowing, like me. So we got a bathroom over here, double bed, and then right up to the bridge area with a mysterious hanging ladder right there. So 2 passenger seats in our main pilot seat. Pretty cool looking bridge setup on the front there. I'm looking at these like corner pieces over there that look pretty unusual, especially from the inside. Almost, yeah, it's a very unique look there. That's cool. Yeah, I really dig that round section over there. Oh, God. And then back over here, we're kind of walking above that lower area where the shelf gravity generator is, and here is our repair console. Oh God, it's right over by Mr. Pinky over there. Okay, he's looking at me again. Gosh, start it. All right. Well, anyway, yeah, very cool build again. Oh wait, what's going on over here? Oh, thruster access area. Looks like we got that on either side of the bridge here. Actually, more than a thruster access area, you could add more thrusters here. That's obviously another thruster mount position, so you can at least with those bays seriously increase your lift thrust. Yeah, very cool. Ah, can't look at him. Don't look at Mr. Pinky. So he's got his name now. Yeah, Mr. Pinky, the alien, lives in the back of this ship. The whole ship's an alien, but Mr. Pinky's controlling it, and he doesn't like me. No, kidding. All right, I had way too much fun with that. Let's get the lights back on. I got some numbers here. So unlock level 15, size class 4. 27 forward, 12 strafing, 27 lift, 24 reverse, 11 down. 5 fuel tanks, 2 oxygen tanks. So we got 4 sentry guns, 2 light Gatling turrets, and a detector. Keep in mind on the build too, there's a lot of places to add additional turrets, it looks like, and also some thrusters and stuff. So that's really cool having the upgrade options here. Again, looking like a starter CV. The unlock level is pretty low there, and let's take a look at the resource costs. So yeah, it's not needing anything exotic in here at all either. Obviously, it does have some grow plots on board, so that's where the nutrient solution and plant fibers come from. But other than that, yeah, pretty straightforward on that. It does use Xeno, quite a bit of it, Xeno material. So you probably want to like topple a POI before bringing this in. POI that's got some Xeno in it, so you can collect a bunch of this stuff for the build here. CPU wise, it is set at 200,000 dialed in right right there too. So that is going to be a core 1. That also helps keep the cost down on the build. So yeah, it's a core 1 build, so that's why it doesn't need much in special parts or anything like that. Let me check out the warp drive. We do have a standard warp drive on here, so that would be the 30 light year warp drive. Yeah, so it's pretty much equipped for farming, for repairing. It does have the twin hangars in it, which is really cool. You got some various places to add more large style thrusters into it, both for lift and forward, which are your two most important directions on most builds. And yeah, several open turret mount positions as well. Hold on, there's some things I did not see on the top here. I think we're looking at a... Oh yeah, just thruster access areas. So if you want to repair, upgrade thrusters, you can get to them in there. So that's cool. Yeah, really wild looking here on the side too. Yeah, a lot of these are kind of pretending to be thrusters, but they're not. It's just adding some looks and some neat looking texture lights that look like thrusters and stuff. Very, very cool. So again, this is the oh wait. It is not. Let's look at your storage. I almost skipped that. Holy smokes. So you got 480K for crafting, nicely labeled storage area. 280K for ammo. Then decon and ores, 280K there as well. Okay, storage equipment and some sort pallets or boxes. So yeah, very cool. So a good amount of storage if you add up all the numbers here. You got the 480 plus the two 280s. So yeah, you're got a good amount of storage on here as well. So yeah, again, very, very cool build. This is the Phantom Eradicator RE2 by Fuji. And it's home of Mr. Pinky. Mr. Pinky's in the back. Mr. Pinky don't like people. All right. Way too much fun. All right. Next build. Here, we are back to the Star Trek verse here. This is the RE2. Oh man, how do I say that correctly? Dunab Runabout, V1A by Thareen. Yeah, it's another new author. Thareen. So yeah, this is certainly looks like a Star Trek runabout. And it's I not exactly 100% sure how to say the name. The Danub, maybe Danub. I think that actually sounds better. I probably still got it wrong though. But yeah, this looks really cool. I have seen yeah, the runabouts here. This is actually like a decent sized one. You got our side nacelles over here. Got all the Star Trek information part or model numbers on it. Cool looking front area here. I like the use of this kind of copper brownish tone on the inside of the gray areas here. We got the NCC 81701 on the front there as well. Couple cool windows here. Now this is an SV, so now a little bit different stuff going on here. That looks really nice. This whole nacelle arrangement with the colors and how the texture lights are done and the overall roundy shape to it, kind of rounded corner shape to it, looks really good. Very much fits in with the Star Trek verse and the theme and technologies in Star Trek there. Now, obviously, a build like this, to keep it authentic, you can't have good old rocket thrusters in 6 directions being exposed on the outside because it would totally kind of ruin it, because it's not, again, ship, different verse, different technologies, doesn't move with rocket engines. So, yeah, I'm glad the author doesn't have those visible all over the place. I think it would be... would detract from it if they were visible on this particular build. Most Star Trek ship builds are that way, honestly. So yeah, very cool looking block work though. Really, yeah, neat how all the angles are all done up and things like that. The extra detail in the back area with the columns coming down. then again, the nacelles look really, really good with the shaping and that, using the larger round blocks to kind of create that the whole nacelle really, on all the edges of it, on the bottom edge, top edge, around the front, around the back. That is cool. And then yeah, yep, definitely fitting in there. We got a spotlight up front there. I think we got a probably an interior access door or drone hatch right on the top there. So you can place for a turret, or no, probably not. Actually, that's a half block. It would float if you put something there. But you could put something there. But it does actually have a turret back over here. And it looks like, yeah, if you want to, I'm just kind of wondering, you know, if you did want to add some more turrets to it, you do have some pretty legit locations to do that in places on the ship over here, like over here as well. Oh yeah, very cool. This, again, you know, it's a SV, and, you know, I got it, you know, kind of near some CVs, and it doesn't really look like this ship is all that small at all. And look at wow. Wow, this thing's got some options. Look at all the displays and the stuff going up. Wow. This thing's got all the bells and whistles. All right. Well, anyway, now let me get out of God mode here. We got a nice little sensor right there. You can tell it's you know, can open that ramp for me. So let's do this up here. I usually like to jump. I always the ramps like to screw me. So often wow. Okay, wait. Hold on. I'm going to check P menu options. Okay. Just kind of curious if there's some lights. Ah, there is some lights. They're back over there. Okay, so I'm going to up the lighting a little bit in here. Okay, let's get it to about like that. So, holy smokes. Talk about a console setup here. Jeez. And this thing has every option imaginable. This thing, it's got the AC, the cruise control. No, I'm just kidding. Wow, that is a lot of really cool looking LCDs and everything in here. But yeah, that's just a lot. That's a lot of information. Wow. These people, they got work to do. They got, look at all this stuff they're looking at, data analysis, and no, that is very, very cool though. I like the way this is arranged. I like the way the LCDs are projected over the blocks to make them look like consoles. And then you can see some old school LCDs on top of that to make like a desk shelf, or like, yeah, that's cool. And the density of all the LCDs in here, that is like, there is information about everything and then some, and then even up on the walls. That's wild. Quite a control section here on the front of this ship. We got over here. Oh, I got some information in. Oh, that's cool. Like a little quote in there and everything like that. Tuxedo. A little background information. Launch start date. That's very cool. That's nice and elegant. And over on the other side here, it talks more about the specifications of this ship here. How much it weighs. Some different information there. Onboard gotta have the onboard entertainment system with the built-in touchscreen keyboard. Yes, you do. O2 over right on the side there. We got a door below. Oh, that goes to like a actual little compartment place down there or something. We're gonna have to check that out in a second. I'm gonna go back this way first. So it looks like a big old, more or less like a cargo area room on the back. A lot of utility here. So we got a constructor, armor locker, trauma station, another armor locker, and a clone chamber. Got it back over here. Oh wow! So we've got all kinds of room in here for more parts. CPU cores. It looks like there's some RCS back in there as well. Generator. You can see some container extensions. Probably got similar on the other side over here. So yeah, a lot of room for stuff. You know, if you want to add more CPU blocks, generators, you name it. So out the back here, oh, this is where they play poker. This is the poker table over here. So yeah, they every night they yeah, they play a bunch of poker. You know, different poker games back here. So yeah, with their entertainment, you gotta have music when you're doing that. So yeah, they are set up over here. It's kind of like a digital party ship. No, I'm kidding. No, that's cool. Obviously this is to have conferences and ship meetings about stuff. You know, I'm just being a little zany today. We also got a food processor and a couple of fridges back here, storage box over there, and some bunk beds built into the walls on either side with their personal boxes below. So yeah, that's very cool. Kind of using that brownish copper. I don't know. It's a cool color. It's a cool color mixed with gray and the way it's utilized in the ship here. And yeah, a lot of sort boxes or storage boxes in the build here too. Other than that, yeah, pretty straightforward. It is a Star Trek runabout, used on a lot of different missions for a lot of different mission specifications and research and all kinds of stuff. So and it certainly has the computer system to deal with all that. So yeah, very cool build here. So let's take a look at some numbers. So unlock level 20, size class 3, 30 forward, 3 strafing, 30 lift, 12 reverse, and then 3 down. Does have 16 oxygen tanks and 18 fuel tanks. 3 light Gatling turrets, a detector, 2 hour and 17-minute build time. Not needing anything too special here, but that's cool as well. So it's not getting into the quantum processors and all that fun stuff, which definitely keeps the cost down. CPU wise, set to 21,000, set and using 19,659, which is going to translate to a core 7, which is yeah, 2 basic, 2 improved, and 2 advanced cores. Obviously, yeah, S3 again, yeah. No reason to check the warp drive. It is just a jump drive, which I think all are the same. Oh, you can upgrade them to an advanced jump drive, so maybe it is worthwhile to check them. I guess, I don't know if you can place an advanced warp drive right off the gates in one of these, or you do have to upgrade the existing one, but that is cool. That is cool. 6 generators in there. It does have a shield, stock shield strength 707 or 7,771. Other than that, P menu option. The only one I see is optional gravity, which is cool. Like in space and stuff. Again, me with gravity in the game, I'm not a big fan of gravity much anymore in spaceships and stuff in game. If you're on a planet like we are now, there's already gravity because the planet's got gravity. If you're in space, I'd rather use a jetpack and fly around. It's usually quicker. Usually quicker. So yeah, and then also when I was oh wow, wait a minute. Originally, I seen this door and I thought it was going to be like some quick access into the build, but that's not what this. What is this? Wow! There's a whole nother big section of the ship here that's, oh, and it leads to the warp drive and stuff, and all the CPU blocks. So yeah, this is really interesting. And this is the gravity generator, the big gravity generator. Taxi tank back over there. Yeah, it felt like I was missing something on the ship. I didn't stumble across and see some of these parts, and that drops down back into this chamber here. So yeah, a lot of places to put stuff in here, and this would get back down into the bridge part of the ship, and then also, oh yeah, it drops down to the floor down over here too. So man, yeah, you could add all kinds of stuff in here, all over the place. One interesting thing to note too. This is a little, I didn't notice it until now, is that we are actually, hold on, oh, I think I'm stuck there, but we are actually walking on a thin block row above the actual floor, which is down right there, and I was kind of wondering how some of this stuff was fitting in there, and it's almost not, I didn't even notice it, but the chairs are actually like on the base floor, and the rest of the floor is elevated by a thin block size in there, which is hardly noticeable. I did not figure that out until now when I glanced and seen the door frame dip down over here, and I was like, oh wait a minute, the whole area is kind of lifted up on a thin block layer. And look at all, oh yeah. I was wondering too, because when you have this kind of display going on, that's a lot of LCDs. And you got to put them LCDs somewhere. And you obviously not see them. It would, if you didn't have this lower section, there'd be like LCDs just hanging off from everything in here. But yeah, that's cool that they're all kind of tucked in and hidden down in this area below there. And that was a lot of work. I can see the author even color coded some of these LCDs on probably their type or size or something like that. Some kind of color coding to them. Anyway. All right. Well, let's look at your storage here. Oh. So we got an ammo controller. Wow, big ammo controller too. 26,031. They got big storage controller too. 32,125 for an SV. That's big. I mean, that's a lot of storage for an SV. Harvest controller also large. 320,000 on that, or I'm sorry, 32,000 on that. And a lot of sort boxes. So yeah, you could name all these and have all kinds of individuals. I call them sort boxes. Basically, they're just boxes, but often, you might have one for, hand weapons and ammo, and another one for your meds, or just a lot of things to sort. Divide up your items so you got a nice organization to everything. So I usually just call it a sort box. So yeah, very, very cool build here again. This is the RE2 Donnaby Runabout V1A by Empyrion. Very, very cool build. And I think that is it for this week. Wow. Yeah, so that's a lot of very, very cool ships again to check out. A couple of them in the Star Trek verse, one in the Star Wars verse, and a lot of just custom builds here for various different purposes. And got kind of a new, alienish design going on over here with Mr. Pinky in the back. Mr. Pinky, don't mess with Mr. Pinky. I just gotta have so much fun with that. But other than that, you all have yourself a wonderful weekend, and I will talk to you later.